Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we are in our downtown studios in Lansing, Michigan, but we're going to run kind of cross state here and visit with Wayne Kuipers, former Michigan State senator, representative, and who knows what else. Now he is the owner and founder of Impact Strategic Solutions, and glad to have him on. Wayne's an old friend. How you doing, Wayne?
Chris, it's great to be with you. Thanks for the invite.
Well, it's good to have you here. And you are presently involved a lot still, and this makes sense, government relations, public policy, consulting, et cetera. Tell me a little bit, let's kind of go through your career, actually. That would be a good way to do it.
Okay. Well, started in small business. It was a family-owned business. I operated that for 15 years. Then got involved in politics, and so for the next 12 years, I spent 2 terms in the House and 2 terms in the Senate. And then after I was termed out of office, I went to work. I started my consulting practice, but also went to work for an international software company. Did that for 7 years. And then I left that behind to focus on my consulting practice. And then one of my clients asked if I would come on full time. So now I am back employed by a new startup company in a new technology that we're going to talk about today.
So let's do exactly that. Did you say 7 years? Have you been out of office for 7 years?
I've been out since the end of 10, so 12 years.
Oh, it seems like I was in your office yesterday. It's crazy what's happening.
Time flies.
Well, let's talk very quickly about strategic solutions, and then we'll get into the manufacturer you're working with.
Okay.
So
Sure.
tell me a little bit about that.
So Impact Strategic Solutions was initially started on an idea from a good friend of mine, Ambassador Secchia. So I was facing term limits, and he and I met for lunch, and I'm like, Peter, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really like this public policy stuff, and but you know, the Constitution is kicking me out of office. And he's like, well, why don't you just start your own consulting practice? You can pick the clients you want to work with, and see where that goes. And so I did. Initially, I got a couple of clients in the education space, since most of my background in Lansing was in education, and then also in energy policy. And so headed up for a number of years a statewide energy coalition through my company that was really focused on expanding electric choice in Michigan.
Now, I want to go back to when you sat with Peter, because one of the things I want to say to you is, I want your next project to be getting rid of term limits, or at least the time presently that they're expelling people. I mean, there's so many people that are just getting onto their job, and I think we'd have less division between the parties if people became real and friends.
Well, I don't disagree. I don't think term limits has helped from a partisan standpoint. I understand how we got it, because there were some folks who were in for a long, long time and were more interested in self-promotion than state promotion. But having said that, it takes some time, as in any career, to figure out how things work. And so, yeah,
it does.
I felt like I was just hitting my stride when it was time for me to exit stage right. So
those term limits should be twice as long minimum. They really should.
Yeah, well, voters, in my opinion, are the ultimate purveyors of who's in and who's out, right?
They're the litmus test. Yeah.
Yeah. If they're sick of you, they'll vote you out.
Right.
If they're not, then you're doing a good job, and they are going to continue to hire you.
I don't want to get too much off on this tangent, but I will tell you that they don't always elect the best legislator. They do elect the people who do the best for them. And so therein lay a little bit of the problem. But
Right.
let's go to where your manufacturer is now that you're working with. Tell me about how that manifested and what they
So
do.
I'm working with a company called Violet Defense. I'm sure since the start of the pandemic, there's been a lot of discussion about how do we disinfect spaces, living, working, playing spaces. And so Violet Defense is a company that actually got its start prior to COVID. But when COVID hit, discovered that the UV technology was very good at destroying pathogens, including COVID-19. And so it's really resulted in an uptick of activity for the company. And so my responsibility is to assist them throughout the Midwest, getting people familiar with this form of UV technology, because this is unlike anything that most people are familiar with when it comes to UV technology.
And much more easily applicable. It's kind of like waving a wand in essence.
Well, actually, those who use the UV and wave the wand aren't doing themselves any favors.
Mhm.
The technology that we offer is called a pulse xenon technology. So instead of using mercury vapor gas in the fluorescent bulbs, ours is a little round bulb about the size of a softball, and it's filled with xenon gas, which is much more environmentally friendly. And it delivers a very intense light beam that is perfect for the eradication of COVID pathogens.
Well, listen, we're going to look forward to more on this because of the potential growth that it has. So keep us on your speed dial. We want to get updates on how you're doing with all this.
You bet. Happy to do that.
Wayne Kuipers, former state rep, former state senator, owner and founder of Impact Strategic Solutions, and now single-handedly cleaning all the germs off the face of this planet. Wayne, thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I'm Chris Holman. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.